Noah's Rant!
What is up, Flippopotomi? Welcome to Noah's Rant, as always, brought to you by Angry Brew. Head over to angrybrew.com, fivelakes.com. Use promo code FLIP to get 10% off your order. Let me take a quick chug of this coffee with a punch. Now, we are ready to roll. I have lots of sympathy for those listening only, not watching on YouTube, as I'm wearing my cat riding a surfboard, shooting lasers out of its eyes t-shirt today. Also in my hands, I am holding a tissue paper butt protector from a public restroom. For those listening, I'll give you a little bit of the experience here of the crinkling next to the microphone. This was a souvenir that I collected. A recent trip I took, and I got this from the Grand Rapids Airport. It is unused, just if anyone is concerned about that. But we got to have a conversation about this. The flip side, Noah's Rant is here to make the world a better place. And don't get me wrong, these things are great. I have a lot of respect for anyone trying to keep my hindquarters clean and uncontaminated from the hindquarters of the thousands of other people using the Grand Rapids Airport. So no shade on these in general. I mean, I applaud the inventor, the man or woman that made this is thinking, looking out for us, and I appreciate that. It's kind of like the invention of the wheel, though. The wheel is a big deal. I mean, this is a big deal invention for the hindquarters in the public restroom, but we can't stop here. The wheel had its limitations to it, right? You couldn't put your whole family just on the wheel and go for a ride. You'd end up running them all over within a couple of feet once it kept wheeling. So the wheel turned into the car, and that's what we need to do today with the toilet, public restroom, tissue things. And so let's talk. Okay, let's talk. First of all, if you actually want to protect your hindquarters, you'll notice this is a very, very thin piece of tissue paper. There is not much protection happening here, particularly when you are fighting against thousands and thousands of contaminated hindquarters that have been on that same little ring that you are about to sit down on. So you need at least a minimum of 3 of these. So you take this off the wall, and you're at an airport, there's people waiting, and I have this massive backpack because I pack all the stuff for my trip in one backpack. I fly on cheap airlines that don't give you a free carry-on, and I'm not paying them money to carry a bag when I can stuff it all in my backpack. So that's what I do. So I can barely move. I'm like this giant turtle in this tiny little stall, and you pull this out of the wow, awesome! Somebody thought of me and my hindquarters and wanting to keep them uncontaminated from the hindquarters of thousands of others. I'm so appreciative. So you pull this thing out, and then you go, what the heck? Wait a second. And this one is slightly used. Not used like that. I mean, I did do a couple failed takes today and have done some of the tearing already, but you see this giant middle thing in the middle. And this is an essential piece of this invention, that you have to dissect the tissue paper butt protector before you can actually use it. Now, why they do this, I don't know. Why they decided to put a giant shield in the middle just to laugh at people when you put it down and you don't realize you have to dissect it first, and you've then made a huge mess. You've made things worse than if you just hadn't used the hindquarter protector at all. So it's essential that we stop here and say we must dissect each of the side partitions of the tissue paper butt protector and get the final one off. So now you have something that resembles this. Your circle that's going to protect you has this tail, and it floats conveniently right there in the water. Now, you're at an airport, and airports have the best technology around when it comes to toilets. So as you're standing there trying to get your paper thing to work, and it has the tail stuck in the water, guess what kind of flusher your amazing airport toilet has? An automatic flusher. And it senses your movement as you try to get things situated, and what happens? Here you are, all ready to go, ready to sit, ready to finally relieve yourself in the way God intended. One of the greatest blessings of this life. And then, whoosh, All your work is gone. Your magnum opus. You've done all of this work. You've done the surgery. You've gone through multiple layers. All of it is washed away. Meanwhile, someone is banging on the outside of the stall. Really a metaphor for life. So what is this Noah's rant about? It's about not settling. It's about not settling for the wheel. It's about calling out to those that invent hindquarter protectors on public toilets and saying, we can do better than this. We are Americans. Actually, most Americans don't even use these or even wash their hands when they leave the bathroom. So I guess it's probably not even worth worrying about anymore. My recommendation is bring your own kiddie seat toilet like you have for your kids, and just when they're little, like the Elmo thing, just bring that in your backpack, throw that thing on the toilet, get up, you are good to go. Wash your hands with soap and go catch your flight. Noah's Rant is here to make the world a better place. I know that we just made your world a better place. And maybe this will catch on when you're sitting there with your Elmo thing under your arm as you wash your hands and you look over at the person next to you. Just let them know you heard this on Noah's Rant. This will be the next viral phenomenon. Let's do it. We can do this, Flipopotomi. Thanks for tuning in to Noah's Rant and making the world a better place together in community. I will see you next time on the flip side.
Noah's Rant!